Is it really an accident that we exist? Did humans evolve by mere chance? If so, it would seem that life can't really have any universal purpose or meaning, other than that which we create for ourselves. Yet a lot of us find this worldview unsatisfying, or at best incomplete. People everywhere, rich and poor, educated and ignorant, yearn for a deeper meaning and purpose to life. For a long time, it seemed that the theory of evolution consigned us to an existence based on randomness, and by extension a life of no particular purpose or meaning. But it turns out that there are patterns that have led many biologists, even the hardcore atheists, to recognize that evolution wasn't random. It seems that there are laws, chemical, physical, perhaps even biological laws, that have constrained or guided evolution to go in certain directions. Now, the reason that many biologists now think this way is that many living organisms which are not closely related have developed very similar features. Take, for example, birds and bats. Now, their ancestors were not that closely related, and neither had the ability to fly. But over time, they both developed very similar structures, wings, to solve the problem of how to fly. Now, the ability to fly has evolved at least 4 times. Another striking example is eyes. Altogether, eyes have developed independently at least 40 times. Human eyes are remarkably similar to the eyes of a squid, yet our species evolved these structures separately. It turns out virtually every biological trait or structure has evolved more than once. It seems that there have been higher order principles that have given a direction to the whole process of evolution. But how is this possible? Haven't we always been taught that the genetic mutations which drive evolution are random? There's probably still a fair amount of randomness at the molecular level. Perhaps a good analogy is that of a common manufacturing technique called injection molding. This technique is one in which a solid material, commonly a type of plastic, is heated until it melts and becomes liquid. The hot liquid is then injected into a hollow mold of a predetermined structure. As the material cools, it regains its solid form. When the hollow mold is removed, the material retains the shape of the mold. This process is used to make several common items, such as toothbrush handles, car parts, plastic bottles, and Legos. Now, if we observe the process of injection molding at the microscopic level, the movement of the molecules would indeed appear quite random. But when we take a step back, we see that the random motion of the molecules is constrained by the edges of the mold. At a macroscopic view, this is clearly not a random process. In the case of evolution, imagine a mold with a cavity shaped like an intricate tree. As the liquid material fills the ecological void of the mold, it forms the tree of life. The genetic mutations that drive the process may appear random from up close, but these movements are guided by the constraints of the physical, chemical, and biological laws. In this analogy, the physical boundaries of the mold. Randomness may have played some role, but a comparatively small one. For instance, your eye color may have been determined by the random reassortment of your parents' genes, but it is not random that you have eyes, and that they are structured the way they are. It seems that the development of eyes is written into the inherent self-organizing principles of biological matter. On a larger scale, it would seem that life as we know it may well have been inevitable.